All right, hi guys. Welcome back to my class. Again, my name is Teacher Ryan, and we're going to be talking again about significant figures. And we're going to talk in this video about rule number 3 and rule number 4 of SIG Figs, significant figures. I hope that you remember, what does the word significant mean? That's right. Significant means important. So this is the way that we as chemists do math, and it's important that we know what numbers or figures and digits to give other people when we do measurements. Let's look at rule number 3. Rule number 3 says that all final zeros to the right of the decimal are significant. What does that mean, teacher? Well, okay, let's talk about this. Break it down a little bit. The word final means last, right? So if it is a digit and it's 0 and it's the last one, that is significant if it's to the right of the decimal, right? So a decimals in math are something like this. This would be a decimal, this little dot. That's a that's a decimal, right? So a decimal. So anything to the right of that decimal, everything to the right. So this things to the right would be here in purple, underlined in purple. Everything here on that would be to the right. So anything that's to the right of that decimal is significant, especially the zeros that come last. Let's look at some examples. How many significant digits are in the following numbers? So remember your rule number 1, all non-zero digits are significant, meaning number 1, digit 2, digit 3, digit 4, those are significant. If it is a 0 between digits that are significant, it is also significant. So let's look at these numbers. How many significant figures are here? Well, we have 3 is significant, right? 2 is also significant. And here we have our decimal, right? We have our decimal here, and we have a digit to the right of that decimal. And this is a 0, and it is final. So the 0 is significant. So our 3, our 2, and 0 are significant. So how many total digits are significant here? 3. 3 significant figures. Let's try another example. Let's give it a go. Let's go. So we have 19.001. So how many significant digits are here? Give it a try. I know you can do it because you are smart. You can do this. I believe in you. All right, maybe you got an answer. Maybe you're thinking 1 or maybe 2, maybe 3. I don't know, maybe 4, maybe 5, or maybe 6, maybe not 6, right? There are only 5 digits. How many are significant here? Well, the answer is 5. Let's talk about it. 1 is a non-zero digit. It's significant. 9 is a non-zero digit. It's significant. So rule number 1 applies here. Then I have our 0. It is to the right of a decimal, and it is final. It is final. It is after a decimal, and it's final. Therefore, it is significant. So, and we have zeros that are between significant digits. So these are significant too. So the answer would be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 significant digits. Let's give another try to this one. How many significant digits are in this number? Give it a go. All right, maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. How many significant digits are there? Give you a little bit more time to think about it. When you're thinking about it, ask yourself, oh, this is a non-digit. Is it a non-digit? Is it a non-zero digit? Is it a non-zero digit? And if that answer is yes, it's significant. If it's a 0, then you have to be a little bit more crafty or clever about how you figure out. If it is between significant digits, the 0 is significant. If it is at the end to the right of a decimal and at the end of the number, it is significant. So this one has 7 significant digits. So our 1, 5, and 2 are all non-zero digits. Those are significant. The 0 is in between significant digits, so that's significant. And this is a to the right of the decimal, right of decimal, and it is final. Therefore, it is significant. So therefore, we have 7. Rule number 4. Rule number 4 says all zeros that act as placeholders are significant. So rule number 2 and rule number 3, they said zeros are significant when they're between non-zero digits and when they're to the right at the end of a number, to the right of a decimal and at the end, the final. Rule number 4 tells us when zeros are not significant. They're not significant, not important, so we don't count them. Another way to say this is zeros are only significant, rule number 2, when between significant digits or at the very final and at the end of a decimal. So remember, if there are placeholders or to the left of the decimal and they're not between a significant digit, they are insignificant or not significant or not important. Let's take a look. Rule number 4 examples. How many significant digits or sig figs are in the following numbers? Give this one a try. This is a tricky one. You see how many digits in that number? You see 5. But are they the final and are they between? This answer is 1. Yeah, this is only one significant digit. Because these numbers here, these zeros have no value. They have no value. These zeros have no value. Because we could easily change this to scientific notation and 2.4 times 1, and we move this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, right? This is the same number. Here we have 1 sig fig, right? So our answer is 1 sig fig. There's only one. These zeros do not have value. Do not have a precise value, right? Therefore, they're not important. They're not significant. That was a tricky one, guys. Try this one. Oh, here we have Avogadro's number. We're going to learn about Avogadro's number later in the class. Probably this semester or next semester. I'm not sure, but for sure in M4 you're gonna remember this number. It's a beautiful number. I just love talking about it. It's 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. How many significant digits are there? A hint, you just want to focus on this. The answer is 3. There's 3 significant digits. The 0 is between sig figs, right? This 2 is significant and the 6 is significant, so there's 3. Give this one a try. This one's tricky. Give it a try. This number is 100, right? With a lot of zeros. So remember, zeros are significant when they're between and to the right and final. They're the final digit. This one has how many sig figs? 6, right? 1 is a non-zero, rule number 1. Rule number 3, this is to the right of the decimal, to the right of the decimal is right here, and it's final, right? All of these are significant because they're between TW BTW, between sig figs, right? So those are all significant numbers. All right, let's give the next one a try. Let me just erase this. So remember the zeros are between. Rule number 2, they're significant, right? Okay, this number, is this significant? First thing I notice here is that there is no decimal. There is no decimal, right? So I'm not too sure. Will these things be significant? I don't think so. Yeah, these are just two digits. These are not significant. They're not important. They don't give us precision. So 1 and 5 are significant, therefore we have 2. Here we have 800. How many significant digits are there in 800? Remember, we're looking for precision. Is there a decimal? No decimal. Then anything to the left is not significant unless it's between significant digits. So this one we have 1, no decimal. All right, that's the end for this video. We'll stop here. Go ahead and do the quiz that I'll make for this video, and have a good day. Good. It was great teaching you guys, and I hope that you'll, if you have any questions, you're free to ask me. Great.